Okay, here we are. Ah. Exercise 1, attunement to fundamental consciousness, inhabiting our bodies. We'll start with our eyes closed. Use your breath as a resource to make deep contact with the internal space of your body. Bring your attention down to your feet. Feel that you are inside your feet. Attune to the quality of yourself inside your feet. Feel that you are inside your ankles and lower legs. Attune to the quality of yourself inside your ankles and lower legs. Feel that you are inside your knees. Balance your awareness of the space inside both knees. Experience the stillness of the balanced mind. Feel that you are inside your thighs. No part left out. Attune to the quality of yourself inside your thighs. Feel that you are living in the transition between your thighs and your torso in your hip sockets. Balance your awareness of the space inside both hip sockets. Experience the stillness of the balanced mind and let yourself be immersed in this stillness. Feel that you are inside your pelvic floor, sits bones, tailbone, sacrum, and hips. Whole lower part of your torso, the lowest part of your torso. Attune to the quality of yourself. Feel that you are inside your whole pelvis. Attune to the quality of your gender. Feel that you are inside your midsection. Attune to the quality of your power. Feel that you are inside your chest. Attune to the quality of your love. Feel that you are inside your shoulders, living in the transition between your arms and your torso. Find the space inside both shoulder sockets and balance your awareness. Experience the stillness of the balanced mind and let yourself be immersed in this stillness. Feel that you are inside your arms, wrists, and hands, all the way to the fingertips. Attune to the quality of yourself inside your arms, wrists, and hands. Feel that you are inside your neck. Attune to the quality of your voice. Feel that you are inside your spine, from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Feel the continuity inside your body. Feel that you are inside your head, letting all the bones of your skull and face soften. Your forehead, temples, cheeks, jaws, and chin. Hmm. Let your eyes soften so you can see clearly. Let your nose soften so you can smell clearly. Let your mouth and especially your tongue soften so you can taste clearly. Let your ears soften so you can hear clearly. Let your brain soften so you can think clearly. Attune to the quality of your understanding inside your brain. Feel that you are inside your whole body all at once. Experience your wholeness. With your eyes still closed, find the space outside your body, the space in the room. Experience that the space inside your body and outside your body is the same continuous space. It pervades you. Slowly open your eyes. Experience your wholeness. Feel that the space that pervades you also pervades your environment. Experience your wholeness and your oneness with your environment. You are embodying fundamental consciousness. We'll stay here for a few minutes. And let's relax out of it. If you guys want to unmute, I muted you because I heard a little bit of sound in the background at one point.
That was a fast one.
Hmm?
That was a fast one.
Yeah, it's short, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is
No
it too fast? Is it?
filament of energy coming out.
Hmm?
No filament of energy rising up.
Right, right. Yeah, we don't do that filament. Yeah, the thread.
It was good though. I mean, it's really good.
Yeah. Each of the different short versions focuses on some part of it. Like this one had all the qualities. So they were all in there. And then one of them, I think, has all the core points, and you do that. And yeah, so there's different ones, but they just focus on kind of one element. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, I really like it. And there's also some new things in there that aren't in the other ones. Okay, let me find the core breath, even though I'm sure I could do it just by myself. Does that sound good? Core breath?
Sure.
Unless there's another peanut gallery request.
Are you still in Santa Cruz?
I am, yeah.
Is it
One
warm
more
there?
week. Hmm?
Is it warm there?
It's beautiful out. It was a little windy today, but it's probably in the late 60s, high 60s.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, late 60s. It's like an age, not a temperature. All right, shall we groove into the core breath? Groove into our core. Oh, Darcy, I wanted to ask you, did you have your head thing happen? Did you work with that? What happened?
Yeah, I think I figured out what it is that if I really want to not have very many thoughts, like the more relaxed my body gets,
Hmm.
the less in my head I am,
Hmm.
and the more it wants to just fall over.
Wow, it's like the thoughts keep it up.
Kind of. And so then I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to my head and just like inhabit my head. And then I'm like, and now I'm thinking all these damn thoughts. And I'm
Mhm.
going to go back to my body. And then my head was kind of like, oh, it's too hard to stay up if I'm not thinking something, which is,
Mm.
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Like, that if my head isn't thinking something, it doesn't really want to hold up.
It's like you don't need it anymore. It could just roll away.
That
Yeah,
is kind of what it
I'm
is.
not worried.
Don't.
Well, we
So,
do still need it because we need to feel that the filament, right?
right. But
Filament can be felt that way too, though. Yeah.
It's
but
true. Yeah, it's true.
what I did start to feel was like, whoa, I have to be so much farther back
Mm.
to have that sense of like, oh, it just can sit on top of my spine
Right.
without some kind of effort, I guess.
Right. Uh-huh.
It's a lot farther back.
Further back, like your physical head further back, or your awareness further back in your
Both,
body.
both.
Cool. Yeah. Wow, I like that. So moving further back to have your head relax.
Yeah. So I was kind of thinking that down and back, down
Yeah,
and back, down and back.
right.
So we'll see.
Definitely don't fight against it. If you want to, let's just lay down if it's just easier for you. I just wondered about playing with it. And I'll ask my teachers about it too, about laying down. I know that one of my teachers said for years she had to lay down. I'm pretty sure she said for years, for some period of time, she had to lay down because of like physical injury, pain, and all that. Like she just couldn't physically sit up at the beginning when she was doing RP.
Yeah, I just have this feeling. Um,
Hmm.
it's like this strange. Put a sound to it. It would go. I don't hear a sound, but it's like a big girder. There's a heavy weight, and suddenly I
Wow.
just want to fall over.
Right. Need a little support.
Need to know what it means. I know what's happening.
Right, right. It's cool that you track it and that it's regular, I mean, you have this relationship with it.
It could be that your blood pressure just kind of dives. You already have low blood pressure.
Could be it.
You got a cuff.
He's saying very. I have very low blood pressure
Uh-huh.
anyway.
Uh-huh.
I know that meditating lowers your blood pressure,
Right,
doesn't it?
right.
So I'm usually like 50 over 89 or something.
Wow.
So
That's
maybe
pretty
that's
low,
it.
yeah.
Maybe I'm just going, and I've been that way my whole life. So maybe I'm just going down another couple notches, and suddenly it's like, look.
Right. Yes, that makes sense.
But it doesn't feel bad.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's just like, oh, I must be fine. Okay.
Probably should get some amphetamines.
Amphetamines, is that what you said? A
No,
little
that
coffee,
was
a little
the
more coffee.
cure. I was thinking that was the cure. It was supposed to be funny. I just said
Cocaine.
Not funny.
it was funny to me.
It's true that when we meditate in the morning, it's easier for you to stay up though, because of coffee, you thought, or
Yeah.
just like the early morning rhythms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I also wasn't like overly stimulated because of the coffee. I didn't have that brain bang.
The heavy thing, yeah. Hmm.
Brain Bang. That's the name
Brain
of my
bang.
band.
It does sound like a band name. Brain bang.
Brain Bang.
A meditation band. All right, let's go on. I just muted you guys by accident, kind of slash on purpose. We'll just move on to core breath. Okay. So we'll start with our spine straight and our eyes closed. Find the center of your head, that magical point right in the middle, between the ears, between the front of the face and the back of the head, the very center of the head. The center of your head enters you into your wholeness. Just by being in the center of your head, you have access to your whole internal being at once. Inhaling through your nose, bring your breath into the center of the head and exhale through the nose. The breath needs to be subtle or fine to move through your head to the center. Now, initiate the breath from within the center of the head so that the center of the head draws the breath in. It is as though you have a pool of air in the center of your head that you can breathe. The exhale is just a release from the center of the head. This is an internal breath. You are inhaling and exhaling within the subtle core of the body. Really let the exhales go all the way. Complete empty. By breathing within the center of your head, you can feel a resonance, a gentle vibration throughout the whole subtle core of your body. Now find your heart center in the center of your chest, deep in the subtle core. You can leave the head center now and just be in the heart center. The heart center enters you into your wholeness. It gives you access to your whole internal being at once. Now the heart center initiates the breath. It feels as though there is a pool of air within the heart center that you can breathe. The exhale is a release from within the heart center. Let it go all the way, complete empty. By breathing within your heart center, you can feel a resonance throughout the whole subtle core of your body. Now find your pelvic center. In the center of your pelvis, deep in the subtle core of the body. Trusting that you know the right location for this point. The pelvic center enters you into your wholeness. Just by being in your pelvic center, you have access to your whole internal being. Now, the pelvic center initiates the breath. It feels like there is a pool of air in the center of your pelvis that you can breathe. The exhale is just a release from within the pelvic center. Today we're focusing a little bit more on that exhale, letting it completely empty before the next sip from the pool. By breathing within the pelvic center, you can feel a resonance throughout the whole subtle core of your body. Now find the center of your head again. Add in the heart center so you feel you're finding both the head center and the heart center at the same time. And add the pelvic center. So you're finding all 3 points at the same time. Initiate the breath from within all 3 centers at the same time. The exhale is that complete release from within all 3 centers. Keep the center of your head breathing and add in the other 2 as you can. Breathing in your 3 pools, emptying your 3 pools. Open your eyes and find all 3 centers again. Each point feels like the very center of your experience. Continue to initiate the breath from within all 3 centers at the same time. Feel that you are experiencing your environment from the core of yourself as you do this. The core breath disentangles you from both yourself and the room on both the inhale and the exhale. And let's relax into the space. It's 3:58, so I think that Dave, you probably got to get running.
Yes, thank you. Put your pillows on. Darcy.
Darcy.
She can fall asleep in 5 seconds.
What? You could fall asleep?
Darcy, excuse me, Darcy can fall asleep in 8 seconds.
Really?
Like if she lays down and her head hits a pillow.
Wow.
8 seconds.
That's
She can
pro.
fall asleep in mid-sentence.
Wow.
Yes, it's a special skill.
It is.
I don't have that, but you also have insomnia sometimes, right?
No,
Yeah. You just wake up and then you can't do that 8 seconds thing again.
not really.
You have to start talking so you get a sentence. Wake Dave up.
This meditation helped help. So in the middle of
Sometimes
the
I
night,
try and help her go back to sleep by putting that pillow over her mouth.
By putting what over her?
go away. By putting a pillow over my head.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Dave. Good to see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. What do you think about foundational grounding to finish our?
Yeah.
Sounds good. You can do this one sitting, standing, or laying down, I'm sure.
I don't know why Dave's such a wiseacre today.
Oh, come on. He's always like that. Isn't
It's
he?
true. Yeah, he does. He likes to crack jokes a lot.
Yeah.
But he's not very funny.
He is funny.
He heard me vying for who's the most humorous.
Right. Yeah, it's good to be funny. Okay. So we haven't done this one in a while. I love this exercise.
The other day, I was thinking about luminosity,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized that did we already have this conversation? That I only have a very, I think I must have been with Dave, um, intellectual feeling about that word. That it's hard for
Mm.
me to draw on my own experiences and feel like, oh, that was a moment of luminosity, and that is that's part of one of the things is that. So I saw a picture of a tree that a guy had done a time lapse picture, and it had all these fireflies, and so it was like glowing with rivers of light.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh well, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
don't have like a personal and internalized feeling of that.
Right. A somatic experience of it. Right, right, right.
I have it when I see my kids once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
their beauty is so powerful to me.
Mm-hmm.
I can be like, oh, that's it.
So maybe we, instead of doing foundational grounding, we should focus on luminosity. Do you want to do that?
If you want to,
Yeah. First,
because
before you even do a.
I can get so heady about it. Like, what
Uh-huh.
is it? Have I read it in a book? Have I really experienced it? Blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah, blah, rather than like, oh, it's.
So I'll ask you a question. Go ahead and just relax in your body. And how do you know that you're alive? Don't think about it, but see if you can tune into your body and feel your aliveness. How do you know for sure that you're alive?
Do you want me to explain it?
Mm-mm. I just want you to feel it right now. Are you positive? Might you not be alive? Or is there a way that your body tells you that you're definitely alive? Hmm. And are you sure that you're alive in your fingertips and in your feet and in your legs and in your belly and your back and your head? Do all those places show you? In your core? And then ask your body to show you even more your aliveness. To convince you that you're alive. And ask your body to show you your luminosity. You can close your eyes. Just sitting in this rich field of your luminosity. Letting it show itself to you. Now, why don't we slowly open our eyes and keep experiencing your luminosity? And just as though there was a dial, you could turn it up even more. You could turn that dial and go up to 6 if you're at a 5, or 7 if you're at a 6, or 2 if you're at a 1. And let's rest out of it and check in about that. Do you get a feeling?
It's not a very grand, it's a subtle feeling.
It's a subtle feeling.
Yeah, a subtle feeling. And it's sometimes with those more subtle feelings than my intellect, it's like, is that it? The questioning mind.
Right.
There is a thing I often talk about when I'm teaching with my students is the communication that goes up and down your spine.
hmm
Like there's all those magnetic fields and chemicals and DNA and other all kinds of mysterious things that they don't really know.
hmm
And if your spine gets injured, you're really messed up.
hmm
And so that's kind of what I was thinking. It's like, oh, it's like that. Like I might not really know what that is, but that really exists in my spine. That's kind of
Right.
where I was getting going.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like necessarily a poetic a thing to easily put words to for me.
Sorry, I can barely hear you.
It's not a thing that's easy for me to put.
Words
It may
too.
not be easy to put words to it.
hmm
Just really believe that feeling.
Yeah. You know what? When I feel it in my body, the visual that I get is like scintillation of a light off of water,
Yeah,
or aliveness.
yeah. Aliveness is a good doorway in.
Really
I do
helps
feel that
me.
sense of aliveness. I feel it very powerfully,
hmm
and just feel like, oh, that is part of luminosity.
Yes, definitely. Your aliveness is your luminosity for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I think I just have. That's
You know,
interesting, though. It's always interesting for me to stay in the body feeling.
to stay in the body feeling.
Yeah, and
hmm
not flick into my head.
Right. Go
Either
into
critique
fancy
or wonder or
imagery.
imagery. Just like,
Yeah, that's the practice. That's the discipline, is just to be in
That's
the body. And that's the, for me, like the carrot on this hanging off the stick in front of my face is enlightenment, like I really believe that when I can fully be present in my body and fully let go of all those things that I want to hold on to or grip or understand or get or criticize or whatever, all the stories that that's the place of everything. That like when I'm there, I'll have all my thoughts and everything else, and that my thoughts keep me from having the everything.
So you're very goal oriented.
I am kind of, yeah.
That makes me laugh. I have had no goals with this whole thing,
Hmm.
this whole process. It's not been a goal, which is
That's great.
it's pretty surprising because I too have been a very goal oriented person,
Hmm.
but not with this.
That's great because you've stuck with it. Something about it keeps you coming back.
Well, feeling the immense interior life,
Hmm.
the immenseness of my own interior life, that the microcosm of the immenseness out there, that my own microcosm is the key to that.
Hmm.
That is what has kept me with it.
Yeah. Yeah. That the body connects us to everything. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's like the great secret in a certain way. We're like so trained to be thinking beings instead of being beings. And wow, to live like an animal, to live in our bodies. What a gift. It's the only thing that's really in the present moment. Our thoughts are in the past and in the future, usually. They're not usually in the present, but the body is right here, always in the present moment.
I just had this incredible thought. So when I teach singing and people like I've been a teacher for like 32 years now. And so
Hmm.
I've seen this occur over and over and over with people. When the instrument lines up perfectly and people sing with great ease,
Hmm.
they get this look on their face like,
Mm.
I'll do it. Y'all got it.
Wow.
They're all surprised with it. And they're like, that was so easy. I was like, yeah, that's the feeling. So
Yeah.
maybe that's luminosity.
Right.
Like that.
That clicking in, yeah, and
Yeah.
suddenly we can be brighter because we're not trying so much, right? Like it's all the efforting. Same with pottery, like learning pottery. It's like you struggle against the clay, you try, you push, you do this, and then suddenly like everything comes together with the spin of the wheel and the water and the position of your hands, and it's just magic. It just the pot just kind of makes itself at that point. Yeah.
So I've witnessed it. Now I just want to internalize it.
Experience it in your body. Yeah. Yeah. Just let yourself be luminous. Let every single cell sparkle like like the light off the water. 75 trillion cells, and each one of them can do it. Each one of them has life force in it. That's what it
It's
is.
so amazing because in singing, you have blood oxygen saturation level,
Mm-hmm.
that every cell feels it.
Mm-hmm.
You have the right amount of oxygen. And it's a thing that people who sing at higher levels, you have to get used to a little bit of discomfort
Mm-hmm.
because you're holding your out breath much, much longer than we do in speech.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You
Mm-hmm.
might hold your out breath for 20 or 30 seconds. And so you have to get accustomed to that and you have to recognize you can actually feel that blood oxygen saturation
Mm-hmm.
like in every cell.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that you said that
I bet they're
78 trillion
connected.
or whatever.
I'm thinking about like breath work. Have you ever done breath work that like alters your state?
Yes.
And how you feel like the whole body, and maybe you're going to faint, but like if the whole body kind of comes alive in this exciting but scary way.
Yes.
Yeah.
It happens in singing all the time.
It's cool. Yeah, so you have that as an anchor of an experience,
Yeah,
and then
that
just
that's
believing that that's your
right.
luminosity.
That's a good good remembering to me. How
Yeah.
many times I actually have witnessed that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I just was having like, I don't know, some kind of, I don't know. It had to be like some kind of, Rembrandt painting. I don't know. No, it's this one. I've seen it. Oh,
All right, Darcy, I gotta get running.
thank
So
you
good
so
to be with
much.
you.
Yeah, see you
Yeah.
Monday.
See you Monday.
Bye.
Bye.